This is the Little Tikes Cozy Coupe, and it's currently the UK's best-selling car. So, in true Yes Auto fashion, we're going to review it as if it's the UK's best-selling car. That's right, a little newspaper called The Sun recently reported that the Little Tikes Cozy Coupe had overtaken the Ford Fiesta to become the best-selling car in the UK. In fact, 85,000 examples of these red and yellow beauties flew out of Little Tikes showrooms in March, compared to the measly 16,000 Fiestas that Ford sold in the same period. And it's not all that hard to see why. A Ford Fiesta will set you back £16,000, but a Little Tikes Cozy Coupe, well, we picked this one up for £60, and you bet we're going to give it the full Yes Auto treatment. Before I get into the Cozy Coupe's iconic design, I wanted to point out that buying a Little Tikes is a little bit different to getting a normal car. What's handy about the Cozy Coupe is that it's delivered straight to your door, which you don't normally get when buying a new car. But unlike a Ford Fiesta, you'll need to assemble the Cozy Coupe yourself, a bit like a Caterham or an Altima. It took me about an hour to put the car together, and well, it was worth every minute. The red and yellow colour scheme is bold, and it's unlikely you'll come across another car that looks the same. Now, Little Tikes calls it a coupe, but it reminds me more of Guido from the movie Cars. And just like Guido, the Cozy Coupe has a face, but as far as I can tell, it's fake. I've been talking to the car all morning, but it hasn't said a word back to me. It just sits there, staring in complete silence. And you'd think that these white circles are headlights, but you'd be wrong. They too are fake, as are the brake lights at the back of the car and the so-called fuel filler cap. One handy feature is a small grab handle on the roof, which, if you're between the ages of just born and 5 years old, can be used by mum and dad to push you around the garden. It is, however, a bit useless if you're an adult and live at home by yourself. Right, let's have a look at the interior. Oh dear, this is incredibly tight. I'm just under 6 foot, but I think I'm going to struggle to get inside of the Cozy Coupe. And a bit like a BAC Mono, there's only room for one person. And that's fine if you're a bit of a lone wolf, but I can't recommend the Cozy Coupe as a family runabout. The good news is there's plenty of storage for a bottle and a smartphone. But the bad news is there isn't a proper boot, so if you want to go on holiday, you'll need to find a way of strapping a suitcase to the roof. You can install a tow hook at the back, so you could always put your suitcases into a small trailer, but I wouldn't recommend attaching a caravan unless you're built like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Another thing that I've noticed is that the interior buttons and dials are all fake. However, I was able to attach my iPhone to the wing mirror, which was the closest I could get to an infotainment system that supported Apple CarPlay. The ignition key is also completely useless, and if anything, it feels like it's mocking me because no matter how many times I turn it, I know I'm going to be the one that has to do all the legwork. With that out of the way, it's time to step inside and take this thing out for a drive, which is going to be a lot more difficult than it sounds. Now, I've been in my fair share of supercars, but the Cozy Coupe is, well, something else. I quickly realised that I wouldn't be able to fit in the car as it is, so I had no other option than to turn the Cozy Coupe into a cozy convertible. Of course, I can't head outside to test the Cozy Coupe due to the global situation, but thanks to its compact form, I'm able to give the car a run through the corridors of my house. That should make scything through busy city streets a breeze, though your speed is limited depending on how fast you can shimmy your feet. I also experienced extreme levels of chafing, and by the time I had driven the length of the corridor, I was in quite a lot of pain. But that didn't stop the sheer joy of feeling the breeze through my hair and being quite literally connected to the road. parking, meanwhile, is an absolute doddle thanks to its tiny proportions, but getting out of the thing is another matter. As you can tell, I was having a lot of fun driving the Cozy Coupe, but I got a little bit overexcited and the unspeakable happened. As you can see, I've had a very big crash. I was having so much fun tearing around in the Cozy Coupe that I wasn't looking where I was going, and well, before I knew it, I was on my back like this. Now, luckily I'm completely unscathed. There were no airbags to help me out, but I'm extremely brave, and sometimes I work out. It's not a big deal. Now, I would have had more protection had the roof been on, but in all fairness, I'd be quite careful if you decide to take this out on a motorway. It doesn't seem like the safest thing. Anyway, time to get back up. It's not hard to see why the Cozy Coupe is so popular. It's cheap, it moves, I guess there are low running costs, but something you've got to take into consideration is that the Cozy Coupe is aimed at kids up to 5 years old, and there's no way a 5-year-old can pay £60 on a new car. And by the time you've saved up enough pocket money, you probably would have outgrown the Cozy Coupe. As a serious motoring reviewer, I can say with authority that the Cozy Coupe is cramped, it's uncomfortable, and after about an hour of driving it and having a crash, it really hurt my back. But then again, it's full of charm. It's put a smile on my face and, well, it's a motoring icon. 4 out of 5 stars, 7 out of 10. I can't wait to drive a McLaren again. But for more proper car news and reviews, head over to yesauto.com and please subscribe to the channel. I've kind of thrown away my dignity for this. I'm Cam Tate. I'll see you next week.